Good evening, everyone. It's your boy Kev here, doing our first fantasy draft of the league of the year. Fantasy draft of the league. Yeah, I'm clearly ready to start. Um, we're going to be doing a bad dinner guest fantasy football league this year to kind of facilitate some more sports talk, so it's not just Sean and I all the time. So I am openly challenging Lou, RJ, Buddy, Noah, the rest of the gang, and potentially you listeners. We are looking to fill at least 10 spots, hopefully 12 spots, but I might have to twist some arms over here in the Bad Dinner Guest Network to get us all in here. So be on the lookout because we may be, well, there's going to be a prize for the winner. I haven't decided what it is yet, but we are going to do that. And we may be offering you a chance to play in our league at no cost to yourself. All you stand to lose is nothing, and you stand to gain a chance to embarrass us and take some of our money via prize. So for tonight, it's just me in the draft lobby. Don't have any other BDGers in here. And it looks like there's a handful of bots, so this should go pretty quickly. I chose the 8th pick here, middle of the road. Kind of a weird place to draft. And I also admittedly haven't done any of my usual pre-draft research here. The goal is to help any fantasy draft noobs. I'm coming at it as close to a noob as I can here. And I'm just going to see how it goes. Play it by ear. You'll see we'll get more and more in depth as these episodes go on. This is just sort of a basic read and react thing. I'm not one of those guys to bring a draft sheet with me. I, I like this to be more fun than work. I know there are some real pros out there that will spend $50 on a fantasy football guide and have little printouts, and maybe that's why I've never won a league. But I also know some guys that do that every year and have also not won a league. So 2 finals appearances, no championships for this guy. So sitting at the 8 spot, I have no idea what's going to be coming my way. Everything's going to fly off the board. Odell Beckham Jr., 3 wide receivers there. The first 3 picks, all wide receivers. That will be interesting. Look at that. Zeke Elliott, number 6. That is a whole lot of hype to live up to. I hope for Cowboys fans, he is close to this expectation at least. I mean, top 10 fantasy player. He hasn't even played a down in the league. It's blowing my mind right now. But then again, Lamar Miller's sitting here, number 14, playing for Houston. And you got Le'Veon Bell listed as 12th. I don't know. I assume these rankings are going to change. I have a feeling most of these people signed up and don't actually draft. This is taking a little longer than I thought. Ooh, what do I do here? Not going David Johnson. I know that much. Freeman and Gurley were both good to me in 2 different leagues this year. And then there's your boy Dez. Ooh. Gonna have a choice here. It's gonna be difficult. Team Lou better hurry up, man. I'm ready to pick. This is not going nearly as fast as I thought it would. Oh, here we go. Who's up? Oh, it's between Dez or Freeman for me, really. Ooh, that's tough. I feel like there's going to be a big drop off in running backs. I am not always a first round running back guy. I took Antonio Brown in the first round in 3 different drafts last year, and took Dez in one. I might have too many fantasy leagues. We'll see. I'm gonna go Freeman though. Dude was a stud. I don't know if he'll repeat, but this doesn't count for anything, so why not? So I have my running back now. What do they got? I didn't even look at the format over here. We have a flex. I will tell you guys right now, I'm not going to stick around and draft the whole bench. We're gonna just probably draft some starters here and get through this. A lot of auto picks. All right, getting closer. I like that half. Next time, I think I'm just gonna start a private draft with me and 11 bots and see how that goes. Drafted player right now would be Allen Robinson, and oh, he just came off the board. I was gonna go that route anyway. Doug Martin. I don't know if I want to take that risk. I definitely know that I don't. I don't know that you do. If you're find yourself in this position, Jordy Nelson might not be back. That still could be worth it if you think you can put together a wide receiver core that will get you through maybe the first couple weeks. A lot of injured receivers up here. You got Sammy Watkins. I hope Jamal Charles comes back in game form. In this spot, Brandon Cooks, no way. Amari Cooper definitely won't be around for my next time around. So that actually may be where we go here. These are projections, aren't they? I don't necessarily. I want to see last season's. Oh, I got 15 seconds. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Doing this one for you, Sean. Sean B, if you're listening. Took your boy Amari. All right, sweet. More people on auto draft. We can bust through this. So I have a number one receiver, a number one running back. I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know third round where to go here. Let's see, there's only one more pick going in front of me. I might go with Ty. I love some. Be a little bit of a homer here. I might just go Ty Hilton. Yeah. Tell you what, guys, it's awfully lonely up here. Talking. I mean, I've got a producer in house, but he, but he's not a big fantasy football guy. So yeah, it's Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I would. It's funny, you do see some interesting names pop up at the bottom of a fantasy list. You see people that retired 3 years ago, and it's just like, why do these guys still have them in the database? I don't understand. But yeah, the moral of the story is one man podcasts are hard. Thank God I have some material here. I am going to Cam Newton. Not gonna do that. Not gonna. Not. It's got nothing to do with the blonde goatee, guys. No, I'm not taking a quarterback this early. It's not gonna happen. Ty gonna be a homer. Have the best wide receiver core in this league right now. Oh, but look at this. Here, I'm glad I did this. So, for you first time fantasy players, don't ever be this stupid. Look at this huge mistake I made over here. I've got my number one and number two receivers on the same bye week. See, it's these little things that if you don't pay attention to them can really bite you in the ass, because if this were a real draft, I would have a hard time in week 10. Let's just put it that way. I probably wouldn't be enough for me to trade either one of these guys without a really good offer, but still, don't put yourself in this kind of hole. Pay attention to your bye weeks. Try to have them spread out so you're only dealing with one, maybe two guys off your roster, and definitely not in the same position. So there you go. Out here making mistakes. Let's see. You got two more picks, one more pick. So the dilemma is here. Not while I don't want to overreact and instantly take that third receiver, I got C.J. Anderson as far as running backs, and let's switch it up. See what is available overall. No, that's quarterback. Because if there's not a big drop here, I might just wait one more round and actually pick up that third receiver that will end up playing in my flex for most of the time anyway. Let's see, if I can get Latavius Murray at 56, which is the gamble that I'm going to take. I also got Jeremy Langford right there, DeMarco Murray down here. Really weird the way these rankings. This is the first time in a long time I've seen this many, seen the running backs this far back, seen this many receivers ahead of them. Uh, the game is changing a little bit, so I don't want to go Macklin. I'm not going Jonathan Stewart. Randall Cobb. Yeah, that's what it's going to be, because I don't know when Jordy's coming back, and I know that Aaron Rodgers is going to sling it. So here we go, back through some. Ooh, my pick right now would be Greg Olsen. So now is not the time for me to walk away from the board. All right, so got to get a running back that's not on a bye week at 11. I technically would wait. We're going into the 5th round here for this pick. I'm still going to wait, probably in a real life scenario, 3 more rounds to take a quarterback. So what I'm going to do, this is moving along rather quickly. I'll at least stick around for 10 rounds here. That way it's more of a real strategy and not me just trying to fill out a starting lineup and then signing out. I can't wait to see how much this changes over the preseason. It's going to be very entertaining. There's a whole lot of question marks in the league right now. Oh, what is coming down? Golden Tate. You guys might not know this. I'm the Notre Dame fan of the group. There's always one. There's always one asshole. And in this case, I am said asshole. Not going to take another receiver, though. So, yeah, he's off the board. Where we got Latavius or Langford. This is a tough call. I'm going to go with Murray. He did well for me last year, and I think Oakland is in a better position than Chicago offensively and as a team overall. And so, boom. Oh, but once again, I can't follow my own advice. So make sure you're nice and well rested before your draft, or you might make this stupid mistake and have no team to field in week 10. So this is going great. I am going really well. I'm showing you guys everything that you should not ever do in a fantasy draft. So hopefully you take my advice going forward. That's why this is the beginner's lesson. All right, I'm making these mistakes on purpose for you guys. They want me to take Andrew Luck next. Can't do it as much as I'd love to do it, because then I would literally not have a team to field in week 10. So as much as I want my boy in the mix, it's probably not going to be DeMarco. He's probably going to get pulled off the board here. Justin Force, Melvin Gordon, Duke Johnson. I'm not taking Drew Brees, so time could prove me wrong here. I expect this will be the year that we see Drew Brees sort of start to descend a little bit. Nobody can do this forever. I don't think he's going to all of a sudden be in the garbage can. I don't think he's going to end up on the waiver wire anytime soon. But as far as, he's no longer one of those guys, in my opinion, that you can just draft him and then not even worry about your backup quarterback and sign one after the draft is over, grab one with your last pick. I think he's going to be more of a matchup guy this year. Frank Gore. As a Colts fan, I will suggest you not take Frank Gore. Just like I didn't want my team to take Frank Gore, but what are you going to do? Haven't had a good running back in a decade, so they're bound to. Oh, that was just so gross as a Colts fan. To watch them sign a bunch of past their prime players in an attempt to make a playoff push last year. I know what it feels like to be a Raiders fan. All right, so quarterback, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take T.J. Yeldon here because I got to make up for some mistakes again. I got this bye week issue, really screwed myself. That being said, I wouldn't have taken a quarterback here. That probably would have been my pick anyway. I just would have had a much better team if I had, say, gone Langford here instead of Murray. That's what I should have done. Similar upside, and I wouldn't have had to worry about this bye week issue. So, oh, newsflash. Breaking news. Tom Brady is suspended over error put in footballs 2 fucking years ago. Anyway, definite good use of time right there. I want to get this one out there too. As a Colts fan, I think is as the team that got beat by, as a fan of the team that got beat by the guy who was cheating, this is ridiculous. The the suspension, I feel like the statute of limitations should have been up on whether or not you could suspend him after you played an entire season on it. I also think that the regulations, the ball being having to be inflated to a certain regulation with that, I think it's just sort of a weird nitpicky thing. With basketball, I can sort of understand them wanting it pumped a certain way. Everybody's playing with the same ball. I don't see what the problem is with quarterbacks having footballs tuned to what they need for them to throw it. I don't understand. There's 20 to 30 footballs on the field anyway. Whatever. That's nitpicky. But I'm also the same guy that says let baseball players use steroids because it makes baseball more entertaining, and it's their body to put steroids in. So, boy, just a treasure trove of things I don't want right here. Josh Gordon, injured. No, suspended. Why? I mean, maybe he is also injured. He's not suspended. That's right. He's going to get to play. We're going to go. Oh, I'm on auto draft. Lesson number 2. Pay attention to the clock. I've got the timer sounds muted here so you guys don't hear it. But luckily for you, you won't be talking through your every thought as you draft your team, so you don't have to worry about this. But now I'm stuck with Pip Rivers at quarterback, a guy I don't even want. And again, he's got a week 11 bye. So, yeah, come right around the time to make my playoff push, this team would not be able to do much. So, take these lessons and apply them, or you'll be out $20 this year in fantasy money. So, I'm going to pick the tight end here. What round are we? We got 2 more rounds. I'm going to do 2 more rounds. I'm going to wrap this up because this has been an experiment and I am learning ways to make this a little better and more entertaining for you guys. The goal is to have at least Sean on board for this next one. And we may not be able to share both screens, but at the very least, you guys will get to see one of our screens and we'll both be drafting in the same draft board. That should make things a little more entertaining and provide a different perspective and also someone for me to talk to because I feel like I don't even like to hear myself talk this much. So you guys are probably dying. Anyway, tight end here, which is where I would not draft. I would not draft a tight end here. So for this, we're doing another round anyway. There's no way. I can't bring myself to mail it in like that. I'm gonna have to make a real pick here. Abdullah at running back, I'm not gonna do. I've got 3 of each: running backs, wide receivers. So let's see, but I have 2 wide receivers on the same bye week, so I need to grab a wide receiver here to try to help that out. And boom, what'd we get? Amir Abdullah. See, that's the big key there. See, don't talk to people while you're drafting. That's tip number 3. Even talking to yourself can be dangerous. So I hope you guys are taking notes because I'm giving you a treasure trove of things not to do. So the next pick they want me to take would be Green in a real world scenario, I wouldn't have Rivers on this board. I wouldn't have Abdullah on this board, and I would have a nice stockpile of receivers and running backs to choose from. Arian Foster in Miami. Poor guy. He deserves better. Uh, if you're a Dolphin fan, I have no problems with you. First of all, I think you're in for a rough season, but that's okay. My team will be in the basement of their division just like you, so don't worry about it. Wide receiver Vincent Jackson. Hmm. I think that is where I'm gonna go. Travis Benjamin, no. Nope. Yeah. That's that sort of fixes this situation a little bit. Not really. The auto picks really screwed me there. So we will take one last pick. Gonna grab us a tight end, and then I am out of here. I will be on air with RJ. We're gonna be doing a little special short episode tomorrow, and then we're doubling down. We're gonna have a Thursday night podcast as well. Tons of us coming, so Lou's got a special episode cooked up. There's going to be a bonus Bad Dinner Guest episode on Saturday about his take on political purity. So I know you're here for sports, so I'm sure the next thing you want to talk about is politics. But if you do happen to like both, most people, at least today, at least currently where we're at, that's what I hear people talking about most is sports or politics. Feel like they're both feel like they're part of the entertainment industry nowadays. All right, last pick. Ooh, Julius Thomas sitting here. I would have gone with him. I'm happy that he's sitting here. Actually, I think Julius Thomas is gonna be a good play this year. All those wide receivers in Jacksonville opening some things up. That offense, if you caught our sports episode earlier today, or we'll be doing the rest of the league on Friday. I actually had predicted Jacksonville to win that division. I think they are going to be strong. They have a great offense, and that defense with the additions they've made, all they have to do is just not be bad at defense to win that division. That division is really up for grabs this year. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tagging along with me on this journey. These will get better as we go. We're going to get more in depth, and I'm going to come into it prepared. This was just sort of I wanted to do a test run of this and figure out how I can improve it and get some of these early mistakes out of the way. So that will be your last piece of advice. If you're playing fantasy this year for the first time, do what I just did. Do some fantasy drafts. ESPN's doing mock draft Monday. Every Monday between now and the season starts. So there will be no shortage of reminders. But get these in, get them under your belt, screw some things up, figure out the strategy that works for you. And like I said, tune in to us, Bad Dinner Guests. You can follow us on Twitter at Bad Dinner Guests, Facebook.com/Bad Dinner Guests. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, you already know about that. We're also on SoundCloud. Stay tuned. We've got episodes coming all week. Every night this week, actually, now that I think about it. So tune in. Thanks again.